Hello, I'm Reverend Karen Davis of First Christian Church. As we look ahead to Christmas morning, which is just a few days away, we know that children have been anxiously awaiting to see the gifts that have been left for them, and probably a few adults too, looking and waiting and watching to see if they'll get whatever they put on their list. But we know as the people of God that we have already received the most precious gift, the love and grace that God has shown to us through Jesus the Christ. On Christmas, we celebrate that God sent Christ into the world, that God came to us in the flesh of a human being to walk with us, to be with us, to show us how to live our lives so that we may fulfill God's will on earth. And so I invite you this Christmas Eve to spend some time reflecting on the Christmas story, reading from Luke chapter 1, verses 46 through 55, and then also from Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 20, and spend some time reflecting for what it is that God has accomplished for us through Jesus the Christ, considering and reflecting on this most precious gift that God has given us by sending God's love into the world through Jesus the Christ. That we have been shown that there is hope. The Christmas story itself is a story of hope. And we also know that even though there was not room at the inn for Joseph and Mary as she prepared to give birth to their child, that God found a way for them to find a place. And that is a reminder to us that God always makes room for us. And we in turn are to make room for those around us, for all God's people to gather in, to find that which meets their spiritual needs, their physical needs, that we continue to make room for all God's people at each and every table. So I invite you to rejoice in the good news that is Christmas, the good news that God loves us that much that God has come to dwell among us through Jesus the Christ. May you have a joyous and blessed Christmas. May you rejoice in the good news of God's love that has been given to each one of us, a gift that doesn't need to be exchanged or returned, a gift that is appropriate for all ages, all places, all times. May you rejoice in this most wonderful and precious gift.